The main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Waiting out of the blue corner, standing with trainer Nacho Berenstein, wearing black with red and green, officially weighing in at 143 pounds. His professional record, 61 contests, 54 victories, including 39 knockouts, with 6 defeats and 1 draw. Juan Manuel, Marquez. And fighting out of the red corner with his trainer Freddie Roach, wearing gray, official weight 147 pounds. His professional record, 60 fights, 54 victories, including 38 knockouts, with 4 defeats and 2 draws. From Sarangani Province, Philippines, the 8th Division, 10-time world champion, Manny. Pacquiao!
We went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck, touch them up. Buenas suerte.
Juan, Manuel, Marquez in 3 different weight divisions. Here we go. Manny starts out fast, throwing the first shots of the fight. He said he'd stay fast, he'd get fast, and remain that way throughout the fight. And it looks like that's what he wants to do. Marquez said, on the other hand, he's going to feel my power tonight before it's over.
And that's what he tried to do with his new physical trainer. And if he's able to stay with Manny Pacquiao throughout this fight, speed-wise, then I think he's got a good shot.
Involved with the steroid era, but he's totally clean. He's given blood, given urine, and he is big, and he is strong. But Pacquiao is so quick, and everybody knows his strength. Remember, Pacquiao's knocked him down 3 times in the first fight and 1 time in the 3rd round of the 2nd fight. Marquez has never been able to execute that, but he's vowed that he will. Manny Pacquiao in great shape, both physically and emotionally, for this fight. Freddie Roach said holding the pads from his hands have felt heavier than at any time. So both guys are strong. So far, Marquez is missing more than he's hitting. Pacquiao is landing more clean shots. Boy, Manny looks really informed tonight, doesn't he? Up in the toes, bouncing in and out, back and forth, side to side. Captured that jab in his gloves.
He's a natural counterpuncher, and that's what he does best. So if Manny comes at him most of the night, that bodes well for Marquez, because his counterpunching style.
Chronological age, in terms of their ring age. Hey! That's a Pacquiao round in the way I see it. Many, many months. Pacquiao, Marquez 4. Manny started out the best of the 2 in the first round. Here we go with round number 2. Credit is the guy that's the more aggressive. And that's been the only difference in all 3 of these fights, besides the knockdowns.
Active aggressiveness, one of the criteria when you judge a fight.
67 inches, their wingspan, I should say.
Let's see if he's able to do what Nacho Berenstein told him. Left hook followed by the right uppercut.
Well, Manny can be hit by the uppercut, but Manny delivers an uppercut and then a left hook of his own. This is a southpaw fighter. Straight left hand down the middle, the way you fight the right-handed guy. There was a left hook and then back upstairs by Marquez. They're into it now.
Taking the lead here in the 1st and 2nd round. And he looks much quicker than Marquez so far.
Much quicker. Another good left hand by Manny getting through. So far, Marquez really hasn't done much. He was tagged pretty good by that shot by Manny Pacquiao.
And one of those left hands.
Did he get dropped in the 3rd round in the 2nd fight but he still looked more crisp than he does right now to me. Well, that left hand will tell you something about crispness. Very quick on his feet, gets out of the way when this guy assaults him. Gets off first again, and first again does Manny Pacquiao. The bell ends round 2. That's a Pacquiao round. You see any way that any judge could give that round to Juan Manuel.
And here we have a replay of the last round. Great left hand by Manny. Makes Marquez take a step back.
Judge this fight, only one Nevada judge, and that's Adelaide Bird. And none of the previous judges from Nevada were allowed to judge this fight. Hard to bump the president to each other how they're going to score this fight, which they did today.
He's allowing Marquez to time him for that right hand.
But you know, you've heard Freddie say in previous fights, you know, we trained for this, we did this, and then he went back to doing what he wants to do.
Because if he...
He drops Pacquiao for the first time in 4 fights. Manny was knocked down by an overhand right hand. There's the power of Juan Manuel Marquez for the first time. Manny Pacquiao hits the canvas in the trilogy of fights now into the 4th fight. So Pacquiao did get knocked down. That's what Marquez wanted. Are his legs back?
This is the one thing everybody has been waiting to see, whether Marquez actually could hurt Manny Pacquiao. Marquez, but what he hasn't done in the last few fights is go after Manny, and he's not doing it now either. He's reverting back to the counterpuncher.
Big left hook. He really needed to go after Manny when he hurt him, because he definitely hurt Manny. Manny's legs still look, people are cheering Marquez, Marquez. We got us to fight this time, folks, as if we did in the first 3 times. Look at these guys loading up shots. Here comes the bell in the 3rd round. Wow, how about that at the bell? But if Pacquiao won the first 2, it's dead even again after 3 with a knockdown.
That Marquez could hurt Manny, and there's that overright looping hand that caught Manny straight. Surprised.
Oh, he had everything wrong with that, didn't he?
And you know what? Not only does this give confidence to Marquez,
But he wants a definitive victory. He wants to drop him again and again if he has to. But you know, you pointed out another thing, I mean, that after he knocked him down, he didn't assault him. He went back to counterpunching. And here they really, you know, this is scientific what they're doing right now. Able to avoid that big right hand. These are knockouts between rounds 3 and 6 for both fighters. 17 for Pacquiao, and Marquez has 10. Well, what I took in the first couple of rounds of being a bit lethargic, his shoulders are so much heavier and so much bigger that he definitely has added power. There's no question about that. And he's a great counterpuncher, so...
And it's just something that might send Marquez to the canvas.
Nobody's winning this round, by the way. This is one of the real close rounds in the fight. And no matter how this goes, unless somebody's definitive in the last 49, 48 seconds of this round.
Well, I think that Marquez has landed a couple of good shots. He landed a really hard, stiff jab a minute ago that moved Manny.
This Manny with a combination that steals rounds.
Myself to be redundant at the end of a round. Which guy would I want to be at the end of that round? Right now, I think I may have wanted to be Marquez so far.
And I would too, as he walked into another right-handed Manny. Downstairs goes Marquez, and he landed a shot out in front by 1 point. We'll see how it unfolds. But there are people that think the distractions are still there.
That was a great left hand by Manny.
That's the right hand go. Actually, his punch. Oh, look at that! That's going to be scored as a knockdown. There was a light left hook, but it was enough to catch him off balance. So down goes Marquez. He'll take the standing 8 count. Not hurt at all. In a much more impressive way. Just a straight left hand. Back comes Marquez. That straight left hand by Manny. Call him off balance, but look at Marquez battle back.
You know what? They said all week this was going to be a war. I had my doubts. I don't anymore.
half the round with him after being down. Manny filled with confidence again. Now that's one thing. Even though it was straight right hand by Pacquiao. Marquez able to gobble that up. Here's Pacquiao trying to drop him again.
I think Marquez is hurt.
He may be. There's a shot. He is. He doesn't hang on. He fires back. Pacquiao is going to the finish right now. Marquez will have no part of it as he loads up shots himself. Back and forth they go. Manny landing most of the shots. How about that round of boxing? Here comes the bell. It's all over in the 5th round.
But after that, Pacquiao absolutely took over that round. And he busted up Marquez.
Yeah, he saw it was up against that outstretched foot of Manny, and so he tumbled over that. At the same time, he got punched and he was off balance. But after that, as you said, is when the damage was done, because Manny busted him up.
And see, he's bleeding profusely through the nose, so I think that nose is definitely busted.
Yeah, I think you're right, too. And you can see the mouth hanging down, which is very dangerous to get hit in the jaw. Now, the big surprise was Pacquiao was down in the 3rd. Then he was able to knock Marquez down ever so lightly in the last round. But then he busted him up in the remaining part of the 5th round. And back and forth they go here in the 6th. Hands high, straight left hand down the middle. Every time he puts that on the top of the nose, I'm wincing from the bridge of the nose. It's broken. Right on top of it again. What makes fighters fighters? Man, I really appreciate that. And this is why, folks. Nice left hand by Manny, and that's his power shot again. That was the left hand that dropped Marquez.
Definitely took something out of Marquez, because he's not moving like he was in the previous 2 or 3 rounds.
No, you just take a look at the heels of the two fighters, and Marquez is down much more. He sort of stumbles back that time, because that's where power comes from. And here they are back into a war again to end the 6th round. And Manny went down. He hit him with a body shot. I don't know if he can get up
He
from
hit him
this.
straight on the chin.
He got him in the chin. He's knocked out. Juan Manuel Marquez has done it. He's knocked out Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao is still out. And now Jinky really concerned and to know if he's hurt. It was in the far side. This is something else. I want to see that punch again because they're on the far side from where we were. And Pacquiao's body was actually shielding the punch. You see the reaction of his wife. It's Bob Arum with Jinky, the wife of Manny Pacquiao. His eyes are clear. He's all right. Thank the good Lord for that. Here we go. Straight right hand right on the button. Whoa. Straight right hand knocked him out cold. Manny coming in and he walks right into it. Marquez had his body half twisted and Manny got caught right on the chin. Boom, right there. Perfect position was Marquez to land that shot. Manny knocked out cold. His eyes are shut right there. I saw a little...
The winner by knockout victory, damas y caballeros, de Ciudad de México, Juan Manuel Dinamita Marquez.
Well, just to make it clear, it was actually the 6th round, at the end of the 6th round. You won't see a better knockout punch than that.
What happened there at the end? You seem to be in control up to that point. What happened?
I mean, I'm starting to get overconfident, but I never expect that punch.
Well, he dropped you already in the third round, and you seem to be stunned by it. Were you a little bit more cautious after that?
Yes, he got me a good shot. You know, that's boxing. That's boxing. Sometimes you got hit.